On TV and social media, HGTV host David Bromstad might seem all smiles. However, he's faced some seriously heartbreaking obstacles throughout his life, dating all the way back to his childhood. One of the biggest tragedies in life comes from a loved one getting sick, and sadly, David Bromstad faced that exact challenge in 2016. In a Facebook post from August of that year, the TV personality asked his friends and followers for their support after his dad was hospitalized. Bromstad explained that his dad would be in the hospital for at least a few days, with the host reporting, "His valves are freaking out and is having major fluttering. His resting heart rate was at 136, which is very high. They are monitoring him for seizures and a heart attack." Bromstad also shared that his dad wasn't feeling very optimistic amid his health issues and asked people to pray for him. Thankfully, Bromstad's father was able to make it through his tough time in the hospital. Over the years, the HGTV star has shared a number of photos with him, and the fact that the two seem fairly close only amplifies the pain both surely felt during that challenging period. As he showcased in his brief appearance on a My Lottery Dream Home holiday special, Bromstad's father even shares his son's sense for design.
You got the right theme, it's Scandinavian.
In a 2021 Instagram post, Bromstad referred to his pops as the greatest dad ever, and alongside a few photos of the two of them smiling, he wrote, "You're amazingly kind-hearted, godly, loving, and deliciously competitive. Thank you for teaching me to be compassionate, kind, confident, and of course silly." It's not just his dad's health complications David Bromstad has had to confront. In 2015, he took to Facebook to share the incredibly sad story of his friend, Greg Gerard, who had experienced a hemorrhagic stroke. The incident completely altered Gerard's life and left him in need of a lot of care and rehabilitation to help gain back his mobility. In his heartfelt post, Bromstad wrote a long statement explaining that he joined forces with Gerard's family and a nonprofit in order to raise funds for him to get some normalcy back into his life. Highlighting the wildly positive effects physical therapy was already having on Gerard's recovery, Bromstad shared a donation page, which has since expired. The TV star also included several throwback photos of himself and Gerard in the post, which were surely even harder to see in comparison with his friend's present struggle. Bromstad doesn't appear to have offered an update on Gerard's recovery since, but judging by his Facebook page, he appears to be doing well. Sadly, David Bromstad spent some of his early years dealing with bullies. The star has opened up a couple of times about his difficult experience at school, telling Lavender during his 2013 interview that he was harassed by his classmates after moving cities, and he didn't even know why. He reflected, "Going to school was torture for me, and I dreaded going to school for fear of being tormented every day. I was always the center of every joke and always laughed at." Bromstad also shared that he would have homophobic slurs hurled at him, and that to this day, he's unsure how he survived such a tough period. Today, though, Bromstad has turned that horrific experience into a positive. The TV personality now uses his voice and resources to help others in his position who are dealing with bullies. In 2013, Bromstad donated $5,000 to Safe Schools South Florida, which helps create safe environments for LGBTQ+ youth in Florida schools. In a statement for the charity, he shared, "I was bullied and harassed continually through high school, and I know what hell that can be. I wanted to support Safe Schools South Florida's great work on behalf of LGBTQ students and help prevent this bullying and harassment from happening to others." When the now heavily tattooed David Bromstad came out in the 1980s, it definitely wasn't easy for him. Speaking to Passport, Bromstad recalled feeling brave enough to share his identity with those around him, but recalled his coming out wasn't exactly met with a lot of praise or understanding from those at his school. Sadly, that ostracization extended all the way to his principal. He explained, 600 kids in the cafeteria made obscene gestures targeted at me. Even the junior high principal, who wanted to be cool and probably didn't realize the meaning of what the kids were doing, joined in the ridicule. After Bromstad came out again as a public figure, he reflected that it went more smoothly than in his younger years. But that still didn't make it easy. As he explained, "I finally accepted myself for who I was and loved myself for who I was. It was a struggle for me, as it went against everything I was raised to believe. So it took me 10 years to understand that I am an amazing human being no matter what."
Honestly, when I came comfortable being gay was when my first day of shooting on HGTV with Design Star.
The star now seems to be more comfortable than ever in his own skin, and often shares words of affirmation and encouragement across his social media accounts. David Bromstad experienced another difficult period in his life following his split from his former long-term partner, Jeffrey Glasgow. The two were together for at least 10 years before calling it quits, after which the twosome's relationship publicly turned sour. Glasgow sued his former partner in a civil suit, alleging that Bromstad had not honored a verbal cohabitation agreement and had not divided up the condo they previously lived in together. Glasgow had also alleged that his former partner had used drugs and hired sex workers. However, a judge removed those allegations from the suit. Glasgow Glasgow then amended the suit and filed again with similar allegations, with a judge again choosing to strike the accusations. Bromstad's lawyer hit back against the allegations in a statement, sharing, "These salacious claims were made by a desperate person. The allegations are part of a lawsuit that has been dismissed in Mr. Bromstad's favor, with sanctions levied against Glasgow." With Bromstad firmly denying the claims against him, the legal drama surely resulted in a pretty tough time for the extremely busy TV star.